too bright. It's picking up all the imperfections.
Uh-oh. Hello there, and welcome back to Masterpiece Theatre.
Right?
I'm your host, KJ from OC, and this is Tyrone Harris from Brooksburg, England.
Wherever you want me to be from.
Oh, I thought you had an accent.
No.
That's why I hired you.
I'm bilingual.
I don't want to hear about your sex life.
I speak Ebonics and American, as they say.
An American.
Right?
Oh shit, the jig is up.
Right? I'm not getting paid for this.
Wait, we're not?
Oh, well, they don't know that.
ABC says we're getting paid.
They don't know that.
ABC pays me. You know what ABC? Yeah, you know me.
Is that already been chewed or another bad creation?
Just the channel.
Oh,
ABC.
that one.
Yeah.
Fake news. Fake news.
Speaking of fake news, welcome back to the KJ from OC podcast. I'm your host, KJ from OC. This is Tyrone making the table shake.
Oh, sorry. I did that last time, didn't I?
Yeah, you might want to put it on your lap. There you go. Table shaking Tyrone.
Right.
This is episode 90-something. I was trying to number them earlier, but I just...
Okay, Joe Button.
It's like, we're close to 100, I think.
He never remembers his number.
And the next, 4 or 5 will be 100.
Nice.
Yeah, probably even less than that. But anyway, you
That's
can
a
find
milestone.
me. I know, huh? And it would have happened sooner, but I took some time off in the summer because I was dying, dude. I was just dead tired.
You should find a bar to do it from 100.
Oh, maybe I just do live all throughout Huntington Beach. See if I get shot or stabbed.
Did you see that?
No, what happened?
Oh, I thought you were referencing.
No, I'm not referencing anything.
The new little hate group now. The little
yeah.
The homie white supremacist hate group now.
What are they called?
Something.
MAGA? Just kidding.
No, seriously, they have a name, but whatever. They're like San Clemente, Huntington Beach, Redondo Beach, and they organized terrorism. And a couple of guys got fired from their jobs because they were seen in Charlottesville. Good. They got pointed out or whatever.
Good.
So, yeah.
We don't have time for racists, guys. We don't. Especially violent racists. I mean, you can be racist and vote how you want to vote. No one knows. You can be racist and sit in your house and talk shit on Twitter under a pseudonym. Yeah. But once you go out in public, you're kind of asking for it. And that's on you. And that's what you get. And I have no remorse for you. But, welcome back, Tyrone.
Thank you, sir.
How have you been?
2 weeks. I've been good.
It's been 2 weeks, yeah.
I've been good.
Where the hell did you go? Last week you were in... no, I was busy.
No, last week, yeah.
I had a paper due. Yeah. It was crazy.
See?
School's a mother... I cannot wait to graduate on my birthday and turn 40.
And I was in Palmdale, Lancaster, Little Rock, California.
I think the last time I saw you was when we did it remote.
Yeah.
Was that it?
Yeah, and I was in a dark parking lot in Mo Valley somewhere.
For an hour and a half. Over an hour and a half. Man, you didn't get stopped, no cop was like...
No, I told you. It was the people making out across from me.
Right. Steamy.
Yeah, steamy car, Have you
ever
don't
done
buy
that?
the knocking if the boat's rocking.
Have you ever done that, in the parking lot? Gotten that on
no comment.
Man, those are some of, the funnest situations that I've heard of. But, yeah, I've never been caught. And I'm always by myself. No, I'm just saying,
in general.
When you're with a chick in a car and, I've been in front of bars, I've been in regular parking lots at the Spectrum, behind a mechanic. Oh, yeah.
So you're a serial car humper.
Yeah, I don't do that anymore because I'm 40 now. I don't have time for
40's the new 20, though.
Everybody got a house now. All right. Is your mom home?
No. I got my own entrance at my mom's house. I got my own door. Mom can't even use that entrance.
Got a lock on it.
Right?
Oh, my goodness. Speaking of lock, Houston got the MLB locked. Got that.
Yeah.
Got that.
I didn't agree with your sentiment, though.
What? Was I talking shit?
Liking them because they don't have any World Series wins, so you have to vote for the underdog.
Yeah. That's what I did last year.
You did. You did. Oh, sorry.
Ooh.
Okay.
Ooh.
Okay.
Because he's a Cubs
Pot
fan.
calling the kettle. You know.
Yeah, I mean that's
black. You know. black.
I buy.
You got me.
Yeah.
And that was a sly one too. You just slid that right in.
Because that's literally why I was going for Chicago last year. It was
and I had no problem with that. I was like, yes, come on.
It was you, Rick, Amy,
yeah,
and then that Michael Lee dude from Mission Viejo, who was like, 2016, you heard it here first, the World Series. Everyone's like, whatever. And then there it was, in everyone's yearbook, like, no shit.
It's weird though, even though the Dodgers destroyed the Cubs in the NLCS, I still was going for the Dodgers.
How many games did that one go to?
It went 6, right? Yeah, 6.
Oh, I wasn't.
No, 5. We only won one game. They put us to bed.
Oh wow.
To bed.
Wow.
Literally put us to bed.
But you know what, dude? Theo Epstein, that's your GM.
Yeah. Oh, he's the beast.
He's got what, 3 rings, and he's not even 40 yet, or barely 40.
No, he's not older than us. He's younger than us.
Is he really?
Yeah, he's younger than us.
Wow, dude.
Yeah, Boston Red Sox.
2 times, right?
Yeah.
And the Cubs once.
Yeah.
And those were 2 franchises that had not won in a long time.
Yeah. That curse.
Yeah. That's right. The curse of the Bambino.
Bambino and the Billy Goat.
Mm-hmm. Man. What a trip, man.
Man.
Well, anyway, go Houston. And
I'll be in Houston tomorrow.
Oh, that's right.
The parade.
We gotta have a short show tonight.
Because I gotta pack.
We gotta do stuff. Well, when you pack, make sure you take your scarf, your white turtleneck, and your purple jacket, so you can look like dude from Empire.
I think I love that.
You like that?
I loved it.
I like this too because you know exactly who he's trying to be. Jimmy Fallon. Wait, is this Empire or is this from?
Yeah, Empire. Yeah.
Okay, because I wasn't sure if it's.
Empire.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if it was from.
Power.
No, Hustle.
Oh,
Hustle and Flow, right?
Yeah, that's an Empire.
Yeah. So Jimmy Fallon plays dude from from Empire. I can't remember Lucius.
Lucius Lyon. That's his name, right?
Lucius Lyon. I was gonna say Lucius Fox, but that's Batman. Hey, superheroes are my shit, man. Superheroes are my shit. And you can totally tell.
Speaking of superheroes, I got my Deadpool shirt on. But,
Yeah, but he cusses a lot, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Got a lot of sexual references.
Oh, yeah.
It's not for kids.
I didn't know until I didn't watch it.
Really?
I'm like, oh, sorry, you shouldn't be watching.
You should have asked me. Like, anything cartoon related, ask me.
Ask you?
Ask me.
But then you won't be alive for it to answer the question.
Oh, that's a good point. Black people, man. I swear to God. So anyway, because 2 days ago was Halloween. Did you dress up for Halloween?
Kinda.
What'd you do? I know you took out the boys, right?
Yeah, they did their thing, but I just went as broke.
Broke dad?
Broke dad.
Pockets empty.
Right, yeah. Pockets turned out.
Will kneel for food.
Right, yeah. Shirt inside out. And backwards.
Walking around like this.
Yeah. And mustard on my shirt.
I ain't got it.
Sleep in my eye
broke
all day long.
Broke.
Yeah.
We
I even went to the office like that. I rolled out of bed, went right to
and
the
they gave
office.
you a check immediately.
It was like,
this is your last check, by the way.
You need this more than we do.
And do not come back to work.
Yeah. No, I'm not even joking. I went to work just like that.
That's hilariously sad.
Went to the office, went to the gas station.
I'm gonna pray for you. Did you get did anyone give you free stuff? I'm sorry.
They thought about it. A couple of people gave me that double take. At the 8 a.m. p.m.
Are you sure they didn't think it was me again?
Well, I could have, because I was at the AM PM.
I thought he had more money than that.
Right? I was at the AM PM on Geronimo and Alicia. Right there, yeah. And I got the double take. I got the
I used to work over there.
Really? I got the white lady who got out of her car and then kind of got back in for a second. And then but okay, I'm not being racist. I'm not being socialist or sexist, but my whole thing is like, okay, if you drive one of these cars, I am not hating. I'm not hating.
Prius.
I'm not. No, not Prius. She was literally driving a Toyota RAV4 from like 96, like when they first came out.
Like turquoise?
No, it wasn't turquoise.
Because I know somebody who used to drive a turquoise RAV4 in 96.
No, it wasn't turquoise. It was like when they first came out, like 97, like
I kid you
like
not.
falling apart.
Hold on. Was she tall, skinny? Maybe in her 60s?
No, it was an older white lady. I don't know about tall because I wasn't like doing the vantage point thing, but she was skinny. Yeah.
Dude, I might know who that is. I shit you not.
I pulled up like this, and I was like, I was like, my car literally costs like 5 times more than yours. Like, not even jokingly.
Currently and forever.
Like 5 times more than yours. But I get out of my car, and you get out, and you get right back in. And I was like,
your black ass is too close to my never mind.
I waved it off, and I was like, you know what? It's not worth it. It's not worth it.
I think I know who that was. I have not seen her in years. Her kids used to be students of mine when I used to work in the preschool and stuff. And so it's just kind of funny. Because when you tell me these stories, I immediately think of people I know. Like, it could have been.
It could have been. But, yeah, the whole double take, and I was like, oh, I'm sorry. And then she literally, like, got in the car like she was getting ready to pump gas.
Uh-huh.
And then, you know me, I'm like, whatever. Like, whatever. So you know how the garbage can is, like, in the middle?
Mm-hmm.
So I grabbed a bunch of stuff out of my car to throw out. So instead of going to my pump, I went around the front of my car, so in between our cars, to throw it in the trash. And she got back in her car like she was looking for something. But I was like, but you already have your credit card in your hand, getting ready to pump gas. Like, what do you could be looking for? But admittedly so, I had a shirt on backwards with mustard on it and just some dirty jogging pants and flip-flops.
I might text her tomorrow and just say, hey, were you at Alicia Geronimo getting gas a couple days ago?
And did you mistakenly see me, but
my twin brother? So anyway, back to Halloween. So I didn't dress up. I obviously did the show Tuesday and then watched Halloween with Ashley because...
So you guys watched Halloween?
We watched Halloween. I thought she'd never seen it before. Halloween? Yeah. But she had seen it before. Oh. So I was like trying to show her. I'm like, this is the coolest movie ever. She's like, yeah, I've seen this already. Well, never mind then. You already know how cool this movie is. And then she analyzes it like black women do. Why did she go here when she could have gone there? Why did she do this when she could... You know what? I don't know. I'm just trying to be scared.
Right?
But it doesn't work that way.
Not anymore. Now when they're using fake ketchup and you know it's ketchup.
Yeah, I know. One of the coolest scenes, though, is when Michael Myers pops out of the pantry, the stabs dude, and just leaves him hanging there, and they look at him like this.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
Yeah. I'm a 13 Ghosts kind of scary person.
She tells me about that movie. Is it scary?
No, it's like, it's more gore than scary.
Oh, that's whack.
Not gore like blood. It's just like, heads and like glass cases and, spinning, it's kind of gory.
Yeah.
It's kind of shock gore.
Okay, I might watch it one day.
It's good. I like it.
Maybe.
It makes me scared to take out the trash. So if it makes me scared to take out the trash, then it's a movie I have to watch.
I know the one thing I will not be ever doing, though, is ever dressing in blackface or whiteface for Halloween, which is what so many people did this year, which is why I had to post the picture of Jimmy Fallon next to Terrence Howard in the comparison photo of Jimmy Fallon dressing like Terrence Howard from Empire, because you don't have to wear brown makeup, blackface, or white makeup, whiteface to portray a character from a TV show or a celebrity or a movie or whatever. You just don't need to do that. And I know it's not always intended to be mocking someone, right? Like if like these two people here, right? If they did put on brown makeup, if they did put on brown makeup and they went to a Halloween costume party or whatever, they're not trying to mock unless they're trying to walk around like shit, whatever. But if they're doing that, they're not trying to mock. But I still understand blackface and the whole history of it, so I get it, like the Al Jolson and the fucking red lips and all that stuff. Matter of fact, I want to run this by you. I want to get your take on this. Talked to a buddy of mine last week about blackface and appropriation and stuff like that. This white dude, and he's supposed to watch 13th, and it's been about a week and a half, and he needs to hurry the hell up. But he said,
like, you got a time limit, buddy.
Really, he said, I'm going to watch it this weekend, and it's been a week. But anyway, he said, can you appropriate to appreciate? And I said, what do you mean? And he said, if I want to honor someone's culture, and I think it's really cool that they do X, Y, and Z or whatever, then why is it wrong if I dress that way if I'm not trying to make fun of it? And I guess I had to look at it from this perspective because I just came up with it yesterday. But I want to get your perspective anyway.
Yeah.
Which is, if you want to honor a culture, but they say please don't dress like us because you're not from our culture, then just don't do it. Because it's dishonorable then, right?
Yeah.
To continue to go and do it. Now, granted, you're always going to have a split. You're going to have some people say yes, some people say no, so I don't care, but they're only like an eighth and they never even cared about the culture. People who are full-blooded and care fully about the culture, So they're gonna have their different opinions. But it just becomes like this. Look, if you don't do it, no one knows. So like no one's gonna have an issue with it. But if you do it and it becomes an issue, well then it's kind of on you. So don't dishonor a culture because you think it's cool, but they're doing it maybe because it's a religious thing embedded within their culture, embedded within their society and the community, and it means more than just, hey, look, this is cool, I'm a geisha. No, it's not a cool thing to be. It's something different. What do you think?
I think there's a line, and it's good that you brought this up because I just watched a video earlier today about that. Mm-hmm. It was this guy, Native American guy, and I hate that term Native American. I would just say like Americana,
indigenous,
indigenous, whatever. So he went to this like, I don't know if it was a rally. I don't know if it was something, just a bunch of white people in the field, like having fun and being themselves. And so it was a group of white people, and this guy brought an Indian drum.
Okay.
That he found or made or bought at a thrift shop or something. Mm-hmm. So they were all beating the drum. Like just a bunch of random like hippies or whatever beating the drum.
Yeah.
And then he was like, "What the f?" Like he walked up and was like, "Are any of you guys Native American?" Like just he didn't want to just like assume. He was like, "Are any of you guys Native American? Like any of you?" And they were like, "No." And he was like, "Do you know what that means when you beat the drum?" And the guy was like, "We're just honoring Native American culture by beating the drum."
Yeah.
And then he was like, "But again, do you know what beating the drum means? Like, do you know why we do that and what it's for, and why we do that in our culture? And you're just beating the drum just to beat it, and not knowing what the ritual or what it's involved in or why we do it. You're just doing it." And I consider it an insult. And he was like, "There's no way to insult if we're honoring you." So
you're not honoring.
So the borderline is just honoring, and that's the what do you call it? Like that's the tagline.
Just like the Redskins.
Yeah, it's just like
we're
the
honoring
Redskins.
You.
Yeah,
with that.
But it's just like that whole tagline, that dog whistle. We're honoring you. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, but the guy was like, "No, you're not." So then he went on to make this video about him dressing in like a Jewish guy and had the dreidels and all this stuff, and and everything, and walking around saying how like whatever, doing this thing. And then he dressed like, and then he dressed like, some like South Africans with African garb on, and threw on the clothing, and then started like banging on some African drums like that. Mm-hmm. And then it's like, is that appropriating? And he did like all these different cultures, like Asian, like a couple Asian cultures and other European cultures. And at the end of it, he did all these things. At the very end, he said he actually started crying. Mm. He said, "I did this to prove a point, but I feel nasty doing this. Like, I literally feel nasty doing this." And I think his whole thing was at the end was, people have to really know and get into understanding other people's culture before you appropriate it, or before you do something or honoring the culture. Mm-hmm. You can't just honor it based on what you saw on TV. Yeah. Because he was so in touch with his feelings and who he was and respecting other people that he felt dirty just proving a point and not even actually mocking them. Mm. So I think that's where society misses the mark, is we don't honor, or we don't get to know other cultures. Truly honor, get to know other cultures and know why, so then we can honor them properly. Okay. So if you want to have that at your ceremony or at at your gathering, then you honor it, you learn it, you respect the culture, and then you know why they do that, and maybe invite somebody from that culture to your event to showcase that. Mm-hmm. But not to do it yourself without knowing why you're doing it. Okay. So I think that's where we miss the mark. It's not about the honoring, it's about like getting to know those cultures and knowing why they do those things. And honoring them by just talking about why they do this and why they do that. Yeah. Why they beat the drums, or why they dance that way, or why they make those sounds, and what those sounds.
Everything means something. It's not just go ahead and imitate it and be funny.
Yeah. Like the old tomahawk thing with the Atlanta Braves and stuff like that.
God. Kansas City Chiefs too.
Yeah, like that. Yeah. I can't. I cannot.
I would never. Which actually brings me to another point. This is an old one, and I always kind of reference this when I talk about blackface and intention versus received perception. Yeah. Okay, there was a probably 8-9-year-old kid. Don't know where he was from. I assume the South. I think mom had like a Southern accent. So I'm gonna assume they were in the South somewhere. And he went to do, it was after Martin Luther King Jr. Day or whatever. And so they had I guess the kid went to go do a speech at school.
Yeah.
And so he had on like the pastor's outfit or whatever, but he had like long blonde hair, so he put it in a ponytail, so it wasn't so long anymore.
Yeah.
But he put on brown makeup, not like the Al Jolson with the red lips, but just brown, like shoe polish makeup, whatever, to pretend to be Martin Luther King Jr. And I was talking to a buddy of mine the other day, and he was like, "But does he need to do that?" I said, "It's not about need. It's like he really, truly was not trying to offend." And he's 8, so I'm not going to, hold it against the kid, right? Like, I'm not going to... I think they suspended him for it. But maybe it was more of a shot at the parents.
But yeah, I was saying, because you got to go through a chain of command. Like, is that really appropriate? Like, the parents should have, thought about that,
But that's the thing, is I don't think the parents... Either the parents kind of think, like, I kind of do, which is... You're really not trying to hurt the feelings, and you really are trying to honor because it was a special day, right? Where it wasn't a Halloween costume or anything like that. And it was just like, hey, he really is trying to honor because this is someone he admires. Oh, crap, people are trying to hit me up. Anyway, so, I don't know. I looked at it as, like, obviously the kid, can be told, like, hey, we don't do that in the school. You can do your thing, but before you go on stage, can we just take off the makeup? And maybe you get a mask next time.
Yeah, like say, have to go through the parents, have to go through the teacher, whoever held the play or whatever.
Yeah.
Or so it had to go through so many people.
But adults need to be held responsible, and just because it didn't happen to you doesn't mean you shouldn't know how it was affected in culture or how it was affecting society at the time. And so we don't want to repeat these things, even though they kind of mean different things later, and
So with the whole blackface thing, are we being too sensitive?
I think what it is that it reminds us of a time where we weren't allowed to get parts, and that we're totally
Still, but are we being too sensitive? Is it reminding me of a time that I didn't get parts? No, technically.
Right, because you weren't allowed.
I'm being honest.
Right.
Is it really like
the one with the kid? I'm not offended by. Why? Kid. So I'm leaving that alone. But the ones where people were dressing up like Trayvon Martin and they were like lying on the sidewalk with watermelon and Skittles.
Oh, that's beyond Al Joseph. That's straight up.
That's just fucking disrespectful.
That's not that. See, with me, like I passed on like white people saying the N word. Like I'm not gonna beat you up for that because I don't say it like that. But that will get you an ass whooping.
Yeah,
I'm sorry. That will get you one from me.
Kneeling like Kaepernick, putting on an afro and doing brown face.
Oh, speaking of that, kid from Kid and Play did that.
I know, he was the one that did that.
And you say, well, he's black. No, he did that to make fun of with Jason Willow.
Yeah.
Like to poke fun.
Yeah. Glad to see Colin Kaepernick came in today.
Yeah, he'll get one. He'll take one. I don't care if you're a cultural icon. You'll get one.
Okay, two-piece and a biscuit,
right?
Homeboy.
Right?
Shit. So, yeah, that's our stance on blackface. Just don't do it. You don't have to. You can get a mask. You can get something else. You just don't need to do the blackface thing. People need to knock that shit off. Right?
100%.
Amen, brother. What's next on the agenda here? We got, this is the one. And then the conversation kind of came up last night. Tim B brought up, well, what about whiteface, basically? And he gave a photo of the Chappelle Show character. Was it Travis or Trevor or something or other?
Yeah.
The news reporter. And he's like, is this also racist? And then it becomes racist versus prejudice versus racially insensitive versus, whatever. And so my whole point is just basically, if you're going to dress up as another person from another nationality, just use a mask. And if you're going, and don't make fun of people, because that's when you cross the line. And then it becomes like you're mocking us because of something that you saw on TV, or that 10 people do, or that 30 random people in the U.S. do, and now you're mocking us and saying, well, you all do this, It's like,
well, see, with the Dave Chappelle thing, though, I have to go a different direction.
Okay.
The Dave Chappelle thing, though, was making fun of white privilege, and at the same time, it was making fun of blackface and showing you how stupid it looked. If you watch the whole clip, he was just in whiteface just to be in whiteface.
Right.
He was making fun
I'll
of.
go back and check it out.
Like, yeah, you have to go back and look. He was actually turned on his ear. You know that one clip when the black guy was like talking all proper, you know, and then whatever ran by him or a car or something, or he almost got hit, and he was like, "You mother," you know that way. He was kind of making fun of that, but he was reversing it. But did he have to go put on white face? Is what they're trying to say.
Right.
He was actually making fun of blackface by doing that and showing you how stupid it looked and the whole thing. But then that brings up Tropic Thunder.
Oh my God! Yeah, they did it again.
So
fucking Robert Downey Jr.
So that brings up Tropic Thunder. So how they did it though was so sweet though. Because
I never saw it. And I never will.
You kidding me? You're like the second person I've talked to today who said they never seen Tropic Thunder.
Not today.
The second person.
Yeah,
they haven't
I've never seen it. But I think because I don't want to see that. I don't want to see, unless I'm looking at it in the 1940s to study it. I don't want to see it in the 2007 version and say, "Oh, I've learned a lot from this."
But what he was trying to say in Tropic Thunder is that they did it so slick because they said he's a white dude playing a black dude playing a black dude playing a white dude. Nope, you're not buying it.
I don't get it. That's really hard to follow. He is a white guy. Oh wait, no, his character is a black dude playing a white dude.
Playing a black dude. So he put on the blackface as a black dude. So in the character he's supposed to be a black man playing a white character, and the white character was like presumably acting, you know, urban or black. Mm-hmm. So you have to. He explained it better than I did, but it was kind of like
I'm still confused.
He was kind of like he went a step further in the whole thing, and it's not just blackface. They actually tattooed the color on permanently. So it's a weird movie. But
kind of reminds me of Soul Man a little bit.
Yeah, it was.
The guy wanted to go to a black college because I think it was like the only place that would take his major or whatever.
Yeah.
And so he did the whole.
That movie was terrible.
Yeah, Radon Chong was cute though.
Oh yeah. That movie was terrible. Terrible.
The dude who played that character, I'm trying to remember who that was.
I forgot his name, but he's been in a lot of movies.
Yeah, he does a lot of stuff.
He was like that B-movie, C-movie staple guy.
What is the name of that movie again? Soul Man?
Yeah.
Because I remember looking this up recently. Is that Paul Reiser? No, it's not Paul Reiser. It's... Oh, who the hell is it? C. Thomas Howell. He was in, Southland. He was one of the officers in Southland, which was a really good movie, TV show. Yeah. It was on NBC initially, and then ended up moving to TNT. And he had a really bad drinking problem on that show, and he was a badass cop. But yeah, I think that's.
Oh yeah.
Wasn't it Southland? I don't know. Television.
I forgot what show he was on, but I know he was on quite a few shows.
Yeah, he's been around. I mean, it goes back. He was in E.T. He played Tyler in E.T.
Yeah, I remember
Outsiders, Red Dawn,
The Hitcher. I remember that.
Soul Man. I remember all of these.
The Hitcher? No, that's a movie.
I don't know that one.
The Hitcher?
Uh-uh.
It was like a scary movie. It used to come out during Halloween time in the 80s.
Oh, that makes me happy.
It was like
about a hitchhiker, obviously.
No, it was a hitchhiker, but he would hitchhike people and he would kill them.
Oh, that sounds...
But one time he tied this girl... I can't give it away. That's the best part of the movie. You have to watch that part.
He was in Payback. I love that movie.
Yeah. The Big Fail.
Hot Boys? Ha! Is that the one from...
Yeah.
Wow, that's stupid.
Told you it was a bunch of C movies.
Yeah.
A bunch of C movies.
Never gonna see this one. Never gonna see that one.
He did it for the check.
Hey, I mean, look. This is 82 to 2000.
Still working.
Holy jeez.
Rich boy, rich
2017. Girl. This guy has had post-production or in production right now. 2017. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 things. He cannot be married. There is no way.
Lazarus Rising. He was in that.
Did I see that one? I don't know.
I don't remember. I don't know half these movies.
Me either.
Spirit Riders, Borrowed Moments, Bigfoot Wars.
Oh, so he does voices for Justice League? Told you that's my cartoon, dog. That is my Commander in Chief. That was a really good TV show. Gina Davis played the president.
Yeah.
The president died, and she was vice president. She became president
for one season. Then they got still.
I know.
Very still.
No, they canceled it.
Oh, they canceled it.
They canceled it, as they always do with women leading, except for Madam Secretary, which is just damn good. But there's so many supporting male.
Veep is she's a vice president. With Julia Louis-Dreyfus.
Oh, I don't know.
She in Veep?
I don't know. I've never heard of that.
I think the president's a woman.
Mm-hmm. Scandal's still around. I don't watch that.
That's different, though.
I'll tell you why I don't watch that off camera. Anyway, next topic was Papa John's Shitty Pizza.
Wow.
You didn't know I don't watch that show, huh?
No, I don't watch it either. I'm just like...
Yeah, so apparently Papa John's is blaming the protests as to why he is having low sales. What do you think? What do you think the reason why he's having low sales?
Well, first, the reason why you're having low sales...
Bring it.
Because low-key, your pizza is shitty.
Shitty pizza, shitty owner, Papa John's.
And the whole... Okay, let's start at the top.
Underpaying wage...
No. Let's start at the top.
Mm-hmm.
Before Trump was elected...
Oh, did he?
He was one... No. Before Trump was elected, Obama's second term, he was one of the ones who said that he wasn't going to pay his people living wages. He was one of the ones who said he was going to cut back on hours so people wouldn't get health insurance so he didn't have to pay Obamacare. He was the main champion of putting money behind the lobbyist campaign to cut corporate taxes, like hundreds, like tens of millions of dollars into that campaign.
Wow.
He was one of the main ones who was championing the whole I'm going to stand behind my franchise owners not paying people livable wages and giving them the correct hours so we don't have to pay for Obamacare. He was one of the main people putting the repeal and replace campaign out there. So he dug himself a hole. And then his main thing is putting all of his money behind Peyton Manning.
Oh, who's a total asshole with his sexual assault charges and stuff.
That they try to sweep under the rug.
Yeah,
that his dad, Archie, and all those guys try to sweep under the rug with their friends in the league. Who's the old NFL commissioner?
Not Goodell, but Tagliabue.
Yeah, Tagliabue. He tried to sweep under the rug back then with him.
It worked because I never heard about it.
Nobody.
Until Sean King and everyone brought it out after the Super Bowl a couple years ago.
Yeah.
Or last year. Or, 2016. And people were asking me, I know one person in particular, was like, yeah, but why do you care? I'm like, that's not the point of why do I care. It's like, why have I never heard of it? When you've heard about Allen Iverson and Randy Moss.
Constantly, though.
And all these,
constantly.
For decades.
We're still talking about Randy Moss's, from Marshall.
And his
from
pretending to moon the fans from Green Bay.
Yeah, we're still talking about that.
He's probably 3 years or 4 years older than what Peyton Manning was when a sexual assault versus pretending to moon somebody.
Isn't that a thing with right wingers though? They bring up irrelevant stuff to drag it out. Like I was watching Fox News. Okay, I watched Fox News for a reason. But I was watching Fox News. Yeah, I was watching Fox News, and they kept saying the Hillary administration. Did you hear that? Like they kept slipping and saying the Clinton administration. In reference to Hillary. What administration? She's not president.
Yeah.
What? There's no administration. She didn't win. So why are we talking about Hillary?
Yeah.
Administration.
Because they can't talk about anything.
And I don't love Hillary. I hate her because she got the answer to what she did to Haiti and the $1 billion her and the Clinton Foundation ran off with.
And their administration too.
Exactly. What administration? They keep talking about this. Sean, whatever his name is, they keep talking about this.
Sean Hannity?
Yeah. Okay. The Clinton administration. There is no Clinton administration.
Is he referring to the 92 to 2000?
No, he's talking about Hillary and her emails.
Oh, God.
He was like, the Clinton administration doesn't have the answer for their this and their that. And I'm like, with the whole Russia collusion thing, how they had something to do with Papadopoulos and how they forced their hand.
Did they get from Webster? Just kidding.
Right? They forced their hand with Congress. And I'm like, they can't force Congress's hand. Congress has to vote unanimously on whether or not to give money to, the Russian, whatever they were trying to do with the uranium and the enrichment and all this other stuff and all the other stuff they were doing. The Congress has to vote. If she's not in Congress, she can't vote.
Right.
So How does she have anything to do with this? She doesn't.
Nothing. So she's on a book tour.
Yeah, right.
Telling us how it's not her fault.
Right. Apology to her. So like with him, he goes back to those days. He goes back to the bottom of the second term. That's why he's in this hot water. And the reason why the NFL sales are so low is not because of white supremacists boycotting the NFL because of kneeling. It's because of us. That's why their sales are low.
So it is our fault.
Because of Kaepernick.
You mean the fans, or you mean the people kneeling?
No, I'm saying the people. He's trying to say that he pulled his advertising because being associated with NFL is making his sales low. Mm-hmm. No, it's the other way around.
Oh, okay.
NFL sales aren't low and their ratings aren't low because of white supremacists boycotting NFL.
Oh, I see.
It's because of people like us and Kaepernick. We're boycotting NFL. We turned in our NFL Sunday tickets.
Well, that's what he was. I thought he was saying it's because of the protests.
No, it's because of the. No, he was saying that he was getting flack and his people, his racist white supremacists, were not eating his pizza because of his association with the NFL. You see what I mean?
I see.
He said it the wrong way, but if you read what he wrote, he was saying that they're not eating his supporters aren't eating his pizza because he's associated with the NFL. So they're saying he has a separate association with NFL, so they'll eat his pizza again.
You know what's funny is when I get like a hankering for a pizza, I don't go to Papa John's anymore. I used to get them. Like me and the kids, we'd watch football on Sundays or whatever.
Because they have the butter and they have the pepperoncinis.
But now you know what I'm doing? First Class Pizza OC. There's another pizza place down off of Harbor in Adams. What the hell is it called? Pizza House. Pizzahus. The Pizza House. Sounds very German. Haus and Schwassen serving. But that's where I go. Yeah. And also, I think Blaze Pizza. That's pretty good pizza too. So, that's where I go instead of Papa John's. And it's funny because as I was reading this earlier, I got an email from Papa John's like, "Hey, check out our new discount." And like, your shit's expensive, man. It's expensive for no reason.
Yeah,
it's not bad. I don't think it's bad pizza, but it's just overly priced.
But they didn't want to pay them to pay their employees livable wages
the other part too.
And give them hours because of that. So that's why your pizza's crap, because the employees don't care.
I try not to go to Walmart because I know people who work there are just underpaid, and my little money's not going to help anyway, right? So it's like I don't know if we all really collectively started to fight the power, I really think we could do a lot of damage by truly boycotting, like the way we're boycotting the NFL. I'm still not watching as much as I want to watch the game. The way we're affecting that, imagine how much we could really affect fucking Chevron or you know what I mean, or Walmart for that instance. Just said, hey, you know what? We're going to Target instead, or we're going to go to some other mom and pop store, or we're going to start buying black owned stuff.
I think with that, because of like the 60s and all that, and like the bus boycotts, how it affected a lot of stuff. Mm-hmm. I think now that same power that we think we have, we need to really take it to the government.
How?
The government is too big to fail right now. Just like corporations. We say, get rid of this congressman, and then put somebody else in that cog, they don't make any change. Collectively, if we put all of our resources together, we could effectively like stop the whole lobbyist control of our government. We could really do that. All they're doing is using money to affect these people.
Yeah.
So all we need to do is make laws that prevent money from being a voice, and our actual voice being a voice.
I see. I gotcha.
So the money is the voice. Mm-hmm. That's why Monsanto can be on the chair on the board of the FDA.
And Kellyanne Conway can be the head of the Department of Education.
Which blows my mind. And Ben Carson can be the head of the HUD. Like, this is money,
you're black,
people.
You can deal with the housing stuff.
Right? This is money.
You're a nigger, get over there.
Right? This is money. Like, the lobbyist thing, that's what's affecting our government right now is money. Money's just being passed around.
Which goes to the meme I posted a few hours ago, which I found somewhere. White people have lawyers and politicians for their group leaders, but black people have ministers and pastors as our group leaders. Not that that's bad, but it's like if
I
you
can
really
tell you
want,
why it is bad.
Well, I mean, spiritually, it's not bad. Now you know why nothing changes, because the government's not going to be like, all right, we're going to do what you said because spiritually I'm convicted. No, it's not going to work that way, because if it did work that way, there'd be a lot of things changed, and I think this really would be a better country.
Yeah.
But we don't have lawyers and politicians leading the charge for the black people in America because why?
First of all,
You think they don't want to get shot like Martin and Malcolm? And
first of all,
Everybody
you got to
knows.
look at the spirit of a Malcolm and a Martin.
Mhm.
The spirit of a Malcolm and a Martin wasn't led because they're individuals. Neither one of their movements were led because they just stood up and led the charge. He was a civil rights student of civil rights. Sorry, he wasn't a student. Martin was a student of civil rights. He didn't start any of that. He went and talked to people that were already doing it, and he was good at mobilizing those people and putting them together and using his voice to excite them and get people riled up. But the actual people who did it was, John Lewis. You got, who's the other guy who was part of the Freedom Fighters, the Freedom Riders? Like all those guys, the kids at the colleges that he went to speak at, he rallied those people together. And then those people rallied with, Rosa Parks and those guys when they boycotted, when they went and bailed her out of prison, and then they put, out of jail, and then they all put those people together. So they rallied around it. So he created a voice for those people. Just like what Malcolm did. He created a voice. Mm-hmm. He created a voice for those people. There were already people mobilized and doing the things he wanted to do. He was inside of a group that was affecting change, that eventually became a voice for the Black Panthers on a whole. So that voice eventually started something, but they became a voice. So what we don't do is, we're the youngest society basically in the world, like, so quote unquote black people,
right? Okay.
American black as we are, we're the youngest society.
We were removed and then came over from
so
there,
putting us together, we were removed, but we're not who we think we are. We can't look for a leader. We have to raise leaders. You know. Mm-hmm. So like you say, like white people have lawyers and politicians for their group leaders. You know why? Because they looked at their kids. You're going to be a lawyer. You're going to be a doctor. You're going to be a politician.
And I already contribute money to X school, and you're going to go there.
You're going to go there and do that.
And so does your grandfather and your grandfather.
Right.
And our name is on a couple of buildings.
Right.
So
Exactly.
Yeah,
you're going to be alumni. You're going to fit right in. All you have to do is toe the party line.
And your brother's already there. So
exactly.
Yeah.
What we do is, you're almost 18. We're going to kick you out of the house when you turn 18, and you're going to go out
there. You ain't bringing in no money now.
Fly solo. Yeah. Fly solo. And now I was like, oh, he's failing. So let's look for here to become a group leader. No. We got to raise leaders. Even if it's not your kid, we got to raise leaders. Just like what you're doing.
That's true.
You got to raise leaders. You got to say, look. You know what I mean? You got to point them that direction. Yeah. Point them, go that direction. If you got to do it, I'm sorry to bring this up. I know a lot of people is probably like, stick to what you know. Mm-hmm. But even a little bit about, I grew up, high school with a lot of Hmong and Laos and and Vietnamese kids when I was in high school and junior high school, and even white and black, whatever, as well. But it just seemed to have a lot of different Asian friends. Their parents literally had a bunch of kids and was like, okay, you're gonna do this, you're gonna do this, and I'm gonna pay for you to do this.
Wow. And
even though they're like, well, that's not what they want to do, and that's a miserable life, but no, they had a direction. If they changed the direction later in life, they did. But they knew that out of those 6 kids, one of them was going to do something.
Right.
At least one of you guys can do something.
Yeah.
And the same thing with the Egyptians. It's like, you're going to be a doctor, a lawyer, or engineer. Mm-hmm. This is the foundation to be successful. So you're going to take it there. So what if we said to our kids, who wants to be a politician? Nobody? Okay, let me tell you about why we need you to be a politician. Mm-hmm. You want to do this with your life? Well, this is how you do that, by going into this field. Yeah. And then putting that together and saying this is what you need. Instead of saying you need to be an adult. When you're 18, get out.
Yeah. That's not helping anybody.
Exactly.
Obviously.
Stay in my house as long as you can.
Especially the kid.
I'm going to help support you so you can get through college and not have so much debt and not have so much credit cards and all this crap and car loans and houses. Stay here and lift it up, and I'm going to help you get to where you need to go. And then build that foundation. And then the girls, I'm sorry, you're going to stay here in this house until you get married.
Yeah.
Because I don't need you to go out there in the world to have some dude taking care of you and then taking advantage of you.
Because women will do that. They will live with a dude forever. I talked to one gal, I think it was a year ago, and she's like, "Oh yeah, I moved. I miss my family." I'm like, "Where'd you?" I didn't know she moved because she used to live down here, and she moved up to like San Gabriel Valley or something because her man worked out there. I'm like, "Oh, you guys talking about marriage?" She's like, "Oh, I don't really know if I want to get married yet."
Right.
But we bought a house. I was like, "Hold on, what's this we shit?"
Yeah.
Because I guarantee you, if he's the one that you moved for, I'm pretty sure he's probably the one either paying the mortgage or the deed or whatever would be in his name after it's all paid off or whatever, not both of your names.
Yeah.
You know, and I just like, well, that's why you're a conservative. Anyway.
and it's like that whole thing is we're scared to make our women and girls independent. And then we think keeping them away from situations that we know that's going down the bad path is not letting them fly solo and like, you know, have that experience and all that. But I'm saying the same thing for boys and girls. Keep them in the house. Yeah. Like, let them have that chance to grow and become adults, you know, and build a platform for them.
Teach them how.
Yeah, you know, and show them, like, you can go out in the world when you're ready. You don't have to just, like, go out there and just do yourself and get yourself in all this debt. Like, let's do it the right way. But back to what you said earlier, that's that whole leaders conversation. It's like we really need to raise leaders at a very young age and show them that, you know, you don't need to look to somebody else to be a leader. You're a leader. You lead by example, and you surround yourself with those people that lead by that same example, and then you make that the norm and the commonplace. Yeah, you know, like it's like that whole hip hop thing. It's the outside looking in. They think trap music is running hip hop, and like hip hop is terrible these days, and like this and that. All these people. The music sucks. Like these guys, it sucks.
That's a small percentage.
Are you kidding me right now? Who's the one that are really making money? You got Mr. Emo Drake making $35 million a year. He's not doing trap music. You got Chance, $30 million independent. He's preaching about Jesus, or rapping about Jesus. You got J. Cole. He's up there, $15 million with no features. You know, every album going platinum plus.
Lecrae.
You know, Lecrae, you got Kendrick Lamar, you got all these people doing numbers that are doing real hip-hop, but no one's talking about them. This rapper, this trapper, you're talking about 21 Savage, he got a $6 million deal, advance, he got an advance. He's not independent, he got an advance.
He's got to pay it back.
Yeah, somebody loaned him $6 million, now he has to pay that back. If you don't sell those records, you got to pay it back. So guess what? You're touring until you're 40, 50 years old paying that money back. And you're seeing it. You got the cars and the houses and the jewelry because you spent that money, spent that budget. And then you go to your hood and do a low-budget video to save that money. But the fact is that these leaders are winning. Like, Chance is giving $3 million to Chicago schools to build it up.
Awesome.
He's starting his own award show with this huge investment group to give awards to teachers and community leaders, like real awards, like a Grammy type of thing. Yeah. Like real awards with money and awards.
Not a BET award.
Not a like real awards.
So they might stab you as you're collecting.
You know, right? So we are doing it, but we got to raise leaders. Like, lawyers, like nothing wrong being a lawyer, but you got to have an example to look to. You know, we have to have more lawyers for them to look to.
So lawyers need to be birthing more lawyers.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. Politicians need to be birthing more politicians, you know?
I got that.
Like, you know, my favorite person in the whole world, Kamala Harris. She, you know,
she's cute.
Here you go. She needs to spread it out and start grabbing all these young girls and young boys under her wing, which she does, and tell them like this is a respectable career to go into, and show them why. You know,
show them the right way to do it, and then be held accountable too, and don't be BSing because we don't have time for that. Speaking of things we don't have time for,
Angela Rye.
Have you heard of this situation? There was a customer in a Starbucks who came in and was wearing a helmet, and he had a knife. We'll play this video. I can't take the thing and turn it around because it really messes up. But this dude goes in. He's got a gun. I thought it was a knife. There's a gun, a plastic bag, and like a Voltron helmet. Looks like Optimus Prime. And then he pulls out a knife. How do you go from a gun to a knife? First of all, I don't understand
he has two.
that.
He has both.
He's got both. Like,
in one hand, in the same hand.
He's like, I need this money because I need to get this KFC so I can go back to my house and play my video games. So he's at Starbucks. He's like, yeah, fill up the bag. And apparently from the report, one of the guys is up in Fresno. You see her smiling.
Yeah, I would be too.
And this random customer comes over, this old guy, grabs a chair and starts banging on the back of this dude's helmet. Helmet comes off. Now we know who this guy is. I mean, if anyone can recognize him. He's still holding the gun. Still holding the gun and the knife. Now they're hitting the floor.
He's got to be military.
The old man is just wailing on the back of this dude's head. The kid, or whoever the criminal was, I don't want to call him a suspect, because he definitely...
Gamer.
Yeah, the gamer. He took the knife and apparently tried stabbing a guy from behind. And then apparently this guy, the old guy, got the knife and started stabbing the criminal. And here's what happened. I saw this on, I think it was CNN, or I can't remember what news station it was. But after this whole thing was over, the criminal wants to sue the Good Samaritan because he stabbed him too many times.
Of course he does.
If that is not a case of what the F that I've ever heard in my entire life, then I don't know what is.
Our world is screwed up, bro.
How can you sue somebody for trying to stop you and you already tried to stab him?
Our world is screwed up.
It doesn't even... If I were a judge in any and every court, I'm throwing it out. Because the evidence shows to me, you came in with a knife and a gun, and you had it, and I don't know what words were said. You know, if you said you're going to kill somebody, or, you know, whatever, I'll murder everybody in here, whatever, and then someone stops you and stabs you after you stabbed them numerous times, and then wouldn't give up a knife and had to wrestle the knife away from you, then that shows that you're trying to do more damage. And, like, no, I wouldn't even... No, if I'm a lawyer, I'm not taking this case. Why would I take this case? That's so dumb.
You never know. You might win.
Oh, my God. No, Joey, it's not Emmett Smith, you jerk. He thinks I'm Emmett Smith.
I used to be called Emmett Smith all the time, so I'm glad you're getting it.
Well, maybe it's you. No, Dasha, he isn't black. He was... I think it was a white dude. She said...
He was a gamer.
Oh, no, excuse me, Flores. Which, I mean, obviously, I don't care what the nationality was, but...
No, he was a gamer.
His name was, or is... This was from September. I was waiting for you. I was waiting for you.
Really?
Ryan Flores, 30. 30 years old! Jeez.
Oh, he's facing charges of secondary robbery and assault with a deadly weapon.
Yeah, but this was before the mom came out and was talking about how he was going to sue. And the lady on TV was like, why are you letting your son sue? She's like, I have no control over it. But she didn't sound like she was against it either, which was interesting.
But you know what killed me, though? What killed me, though, is that the law will take this case because it's a legitimate case.
Oh.
They will.
By the way, it's you that's Emmett Smith, not me. Sorry, Joey.
Hey. A record-breaking NFL running back, smart man with money.
Yeah.
I love to be compared to Emmett Smith.
I will say this about that whole shit. I'm in like several football sports groups or whatever.
Yeah.
The question that always comes up is top running back of all time, right? Cowboy fans, Emmett and Zeke. Above Tony Dorsett. I'm like, you better
the
stop.
mom is suing on his son's behalf. Who cares?
Oh, well, no, I don't know. I have to go back and look at the article.
It did. I read it. Yeah.
But anyway,
mom,
it's always Cowboy fans saying Emmett, and then people who are smart say
it was his line.
Jim Brown or Barry Sanders, one of the two, first, and I can even take a Walter Payton as a possibility. But I always go with Jim Brown because he retired early, and so did Barry. Where Walter was like, I didn't retire early. I went all the way. But Barry would have killed it. And Jim never got injured. That's why I always go, like, those two, then Walter, then Emmett, and then Dickerson, Bettis.
You're going to hate me then.
Well, who you got?
Of course, I'm a Bears fan.
Okay.
So I have to argue very intelligently for Peyton. He wasn't just a running back, bro.
He was a receiver too. Yeah.
He was a receiver
and a blocker.
He was a blocker. He was an all-purpose back. Like the term "all-purpose back"
Yeah, but we're talking
came from him.
I think we're just talking.
No.
Running.
No. He did the job though. He did the job. Like he did what he was asked to do. Well, yeah, you want that.
Then you know what? Then we can't.
He went over the top of the pile. He was an
We can never
George.
include Barry Sanders. Then
You can. Barry Sanders was a smash. Like he
yeah, but
ran
that's
the
not
ball.
that's not what Barry Sanders' offensive role called for. Which isn't. That's why I just like to stick to running, because at least that you have that.
You're killing me right now. He was a running back. Barry is my favorite running back of all time.
Dope.
He did it. Jim Brown for what he was so ahead of his time.
Actually, a fullback.
He was. But then Franco and him changed roles.
Yeah.
After a while, because Franco got older, so they had to change roles.
Okay.
But yeah, he was a fullback to start with. But he was ahead of his time. What he did in the league was crazy.
Mm-hmm.
He did something crazy. But I got to make a case for a real, true to life running back.
Tony Dorsett.
Herschel Walker.
You know what's funny?
Herschel Walker
his
owned
numbers,
the freaking 80s, though.
His numbers will never be anything.
But he never got caught from behind, though.
Yeah, but he's never going to make it into the Hall of Fame either. Is there a dog behind me?
Yeah. But what do you mean never going to make the Hall of Fame?
He's never...
He retired early, yeah. The hip, he was gone.
Is that what it was?
Years. Yeah, it was it.
I thought it was the trade from the Cowboys to the Vikings. Because it got bad.
Yeah, but it was his hip, and then he had to retire, bro. That hip was terrible.
Hip, baby, hip. Come on now, hip.
But
baby,
I'm giving it to the top 5. I'll round it out. I'll round out my top 5 to Barry, Walter, Jim, Herschel, and Tony. I got to give it to Dorsett. No one gives him credit.
So not even Emmett in there.
Emmett's not in my top 5.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Why is that?
5.
And I'm not arguing. I'm just kind of wondering why.
He's not in my top 5 because I'm not going to go what everybody says about the line. I'm not going to say the line. Because that's what everybody's like, but he had the best. But he did. He did. How you get 5 Pro Bowlers?
Over time.
How you get 5 Pro Bowlers?
Stepnoski, fucking Tuane, Eric Williams.
Right?
Newton.
Newton. 3-4 years in a row. Newton. Yeah. So, yes, but the thing is why I don't give it to Emmett is because Emmett was not an all-purpose back. He did his job. You had him the ball, he did his job.
Okay.
You got to look at it. How many tackles did you break, though, to begin with? He was almost surprised when he got out in the open field. Like, Emmett was like, I'm this wide open? Mm-hmm. Okay, let me run. Let me run.
When you have a line like that, you shouldn't.
And then it has to do with coaching. Yeah. His coaching was amazing.
First several years, yeah.
Barry Sanders had the worst coaching. How you gonna have Wayne Fontes? How you gonna have
Bobby
the best
Ross.
running back in the league, and then you take him out 3rd and 2 on the 5-yard line and put in Rivers?
Reggie Rivers, that's right.
How you put in Rivers? Rivers had more rushing touchdowns than Barry.
You're giving me Tecmo Bowl flashbacks right now.
He had more rushing touchdowns than Barry. How does that make sense?
How was Reggie Rivers number 0 in Tecmo Bowl?
How does he have more rushing touchdowns than Barry? That doesn't make any sense over his career.
Because you don't want to mess up Barry's average.
I don't want to hear it anymore.
I know. I don't get it. I'll never get it. I almost feel like we should do like a sports one and do like a top. Like we should build our own
like
fantasy
a real
team.
Top 10,
like our own fantasy team,
like a real top 10.
But do like in segments,
yeah.
But not all at once because that'd be like a 2-hour show, 3-hour show.
Yeah,
but I would do it if it was a 3-hour show. I wouldn't care.
I wouldn't care either.
All right, we'll do
but
it.
But if you building a team, Mike, if you have a build a team with start with your running backs like fantasy of all time, Barry is actually that's my first pick. Like. If I got first pick in the draft, I'm picking Barry. I don't care.
Okay.
I'm picking Barry, and I'm picking Randy Moss. I'm sorry.
Ooh.
Like, my first 2 picks.
Those are great picks. Matter of fact, I think we should do this. I was going to do it with my cousin, but he lives all the way in San Diego. We should pick entire organization. Top down. If you could pick, and it's really a matter of, like, if you pick Barry, I can still pick Barry too, because it's just a matter of
yeah. What's in your list? Yeah.
And so, because we even started with ownership. ownership.
But we have to basically
coaching.
put it out there. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know about GMing because I don't know that many. Scott Pioli, Patriots. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Spygate.
Yeah, right.
But anyway, that'd be really fun.
Top 10 cheaters.
No, NFL top 10. But no, we should really do that, and maybe not do it Facebook Live. Or maybe we could. I don't know. We'll have to think. We'll
Let's
talk
think
about that.
Yeah.
We'll talk
My
about
mind
that.
is running.
Shit. And there's the last couple things was I don't know if you saw this shit.
She's over the sports combo.
Who is that?
Josh.
Don't worry.
You have a brother that played football. Like, I don't get this, but okay. Actually, two brothers. Two brothers play football.
Sil and the other one.
Before James got hurt, he was the man.
Oh, really?
Like, the man. Where did he go? To Tesoro?
I don't know that one.
I think they did go to Tesoro.
Maybe, yeah, because I know some people I used to work with.
I'm all in for that. Yeah,
oh, yeah. Okay, I'm tired. We're almost done. All right. I know you guys have probably heard or seen the videos that I'm going to compare right now of the Salt Lake City Police Department who handled somebody who ran. They killed him. And you compare it with another police department. I don't know if it's the same or a different city or whatever, but just the difference between a running suspect and a suspect, or I don't want to say anyone criminal. So we'll just leave it as suspect. A suspect who runs,
yeah,
versus a suspect who gets tased and then attacks an officer. Of the two that should be of the two, if one should be shot, should it be the one who has nothing on him and runs, or the one who's been tased and then takes off the tasers and then chases the officer? Which situation sounds like this might get really fucking bad?
Definitely chasing an officer after you get tased.
Because the officer shouldn't be running in the first place. Two of them still don't care. Yep. Oh, all state captains at Tesoro. Oh. Tesoro sounds like El Toro, so I'm Tesoro. So anyway, I'm going to play this video. Have you seen this video?
Yes, I have.
Okay.
It's pretty funny.
It is kind of interesting.
I'm sorry, it's very funny.
So basically, you got this white teen or kid, I can't really tell, maybe young adult, we'll say no more than like 23, 24 years old. He's now being tased. He's laying on the ground, black shorts, white t-shirt, black shoes. Looks like early in the morning or late at night. We're going to say dawn or dusk.
Everybody has to see this video so far.
Yeah, and he's still got the thing tased on the guy. The guy's like taking I think he's taking the tasers off now. And he's still
he
walking.
The tasers out. He's walking toward the cop.
He's walking toward the cop, going toward the guy. The guy's going towards his car.
Oh yeah, the car.
Pushes the officer off of him. Literally pushes him. I think the officer tased him again.
Yeah, he tased him again.
Tased him again. The guy chases the officer.
No effect and started chasing
which to me is like, why are you running as an officer? You got two other guys on the other side of the street watching, which is, I get it. It's kind of funny.
And then he hops in the police car.
Then he hops in the police car. Not the officer. The suspect hops inside the police car. Officer has not fired any shots at anyone.
Now he gets on the horn and calls. And
this officer... Okay, so the guy's inside the car now. Oh, he's inside his own car.
I don't know how that happened.
So I get the thing kind of switched. I guess it stopped and then someone started recording somewhere else. So I guess the guy eventually got out of the cop car.
All right, I'll post the link to it.
And got into his own vehicle. Oh shit! I closed my Facebook stuff. Sorry. And started driving off and smashed the cop car. And then you see like another cop car pulling up in the back. Yeah. So interesting. You would think, my God, out of everyone who should have been shot in that little video right there, it should have been that guy. Now, granted, he was the only one there, but in Dasha, I'm going to post that link right now. Sorry about making you guys wait for it. I'll post it right now. I'm going to beat you to it.
Oh, of course you are.
Because I already copied it.
Oh, okay.
I forgot that I closed it out.
Yeah, so that baffled me. That baffled me.
Yeah. And I almost kind of think, like, I'm not saying the guy should have been shot. But if he had been shot, once,
I would be
leg or chest or whatever, okay, I understand.
Yeah.
You know, I understand. But I almost also think more policing should be preventative. Like, okay, we're going to try everything we can before we fatally shoot somebody.
But, no, I understand what you're saying, but even in that chasing video, there was no reason to fatally shoot the guy.
Right.
He was chasing him. So the cop didn't have to run away from him.
Mm-hmm.
He could have just gave him a 2-piece and, dropped him.
Mm-hmm.
But there was no reason to fatally shoot the guy. Because your life technically wasn't in danger.
Exactly. When the guy started driving and he hit the cop car, then he took off and he started running.
That life's in danger.
Yes, but the cop wasn't inside the cop car, though.
Correct.
So he hit the cop car out of spite. I don't know. But I guess he went into a parking lot. And I think that's when the video pretty much ends because you can't really tell what's happening after that. But essentially, the guy didn't die.
Nothing after this is justifiable.
And I'm not saying he should have died, but he didn't die. Now, we look at this one of Patrick Harmon, fatally shot. He's got a cigarette in his mouth. He's got his hands in the air. I'm actually going to put sound on because the cop afterwards said that Harmon had said that he had a knife and was going to kill him, the officer. And I'm waiting to hear that.
There's a heck of a way to kill someone. You're running away from him.
Yeah.
How much you going to do? How much damage you going to do?
I don't know. He's a nigger. He's probably got long dick legs. Long dick arms. My name's Tyrone. And I'm going to fuck your girl. Remember those?
Right.
Oh, that's not his hands in the air. Sorry, that's someone else's hand. My bad.
No, but they had him handcuffed, or about to handcuff him.
Okay, so he's about to get handcuffed. He takes off. He's running.
Like, how is that justified?
They hit him 2 or 3 times, 4?
Yeah, 3 times.
Fatal shooting.
How was that justifiable?
Did you look at that at the end? Look at this.
Yeah.
What is this?
I don't know. I thought it was a taser.
Yeah. How did someone pull a taser and someone else pulled a gun?
So he's trying to say he pulled a gun by mistake?
I'm just saying, well, I'm just noticing this. Is that this guy sounds like he probably did the right thing. Pull a taser. Right?
Yeah, but it was too late.
Which may have actually made dude stop. Because you noticed the dude stopped, right?
Yeah, I saw that.
Because he stopped and turned around. Now, I didn't hear, I'm going to kill you with my knife. Did you?
No.
Me either. Could you have heard that in that situation live? Let's see, we're going to play it again.
244 priority, shots fired. Start medical.
Sorry. It was too...
It just didn't happen.
Oh, fuck it, shoot.
244 priority, shots fired. Start medical.
And that was a death blow.
1, 2, 3.
Did he turn around?
He did.
Because he got tased.
I think so.
You saw his arm go up like this and shake?
Oh, nuh-uh.
When he turned around, he did like this.
Oh, man.
That's because he was tased.
Jeez. There was no need to kill him. Now, I am not the type to sit here and say, if he was white, I wouldn't have cared, because that's not true. Nobody should be shot and killed for running. I get it. No officer wants to go chasing somebody at night in the daytime, jumping over this, that, and the other thing. I get it. But you can't just kill people because you don't want to do some shit.
That's endangering the public.
It's so bad. But here's the kicker, and this is why I'm pointing it out, because I always point stuff out like this. It keeps happening to unarmed black men. Why am I so dangerous to you? If I run from an officer, guess what? I'm not getting very far. When I was 20, maybe. But I have ankle problems. I've had them for a long time. If I run, I'm not going to hurt anybody, except for maybe myself, because my back hurts. But to kill somebody who's unarmed, it shows to me cowardice and a lot of ingrained fear. Fear that someone already had prior to that situation. Because if they had pulled off, if they said, "Oh, is this a nut or is this a gun?" and then the dude took off,
Yeah.
I'd be like, "Okay, well, I don't know. I'm not saying shoot him, but if he pulls it out and he's, okay, I get it. Black Lives Matter is not going to be like, hey, they're not going to come to the rescue."
What's that new show with the guy, the superhero guy?
Luke Cage.
Luke Cage.
You think it's a bad show for black men? I heard someone say that.
I think so.
It's giving cops a bad idea. I think you were the one who said that.
I think so.
Because it makes cops think that we're invincible?
I think so.
They thought that shit before, though.
They did, but now it's coming to the point where it's like, you think you shoot me in the leg and I'm just going to Rambo it up and turn around and pull out my gun and shoot you? Shoot me in the leg, fine.
Mm-hmm.
But
I'm looking up an article to see if it relates to what you're saying.
I don't get it.
Let's see. Dear white people, Luke Cage isn't racist. You're just not used to something. Luke Cage...
No, that's the whole thing about Luke Cage wasn't black in the comics.
Oh, but now he is?
Yeah, but if they read the original comics, Luke Cage was different races and different people. Not racist, but he was different people every time. He wasn't the same person.
Oh.
All throughout comics. So it wasn't like he was white every time. Mm-hmm. He was black one time and white, and he was, whatever, mulatto. I mean, I hate that word. I shouldn't say that.
Yeah,
I'm sorry, I shouldn't say that.
It's okay.
But he was different people. So for him to be black is not something new. It's just how they wanted to spin that narrative. But no, I just don't get it. I can't call it.
So you're thinking it's toxic because...
But the first thing somebody's going to say is what? More white people get shot and killed by cops than black people. So
right. And
1% of black people.
And I will always go
cops.
back to unarmed black people versus unarmed white people.
But they'll say they're unarmed. They'll get killed by police. They're unarmed. What if there are more unarmed white people that get killed by police than black people?
And I would say that's not true because there's no study that's ever reported that. I'm just speaking up for those who are unarmed and getting killed. Period. It happens to black people more.
But the thing, but I hear what you're saying. I'm just trying to bring up another narrative. My narrative is that we're trying to shine a light on a problem in general. Mm-hmm. We're bringing it up because it's being broadcast by media all over the news because they have a different agenda. But when unarmed black people are killed by police, that's a problem. So when we say that that's happening, we're just trying to say that this is a problem that's happening and it should be corrected. Mm-hmm. And if that problem is corrected for black people, guess what? It's corrected for everyone.
Yeah.
But every time something like that happens to us, that uplifts every race, every nationality, every person in America when we correct the problem. But if somebody else's problem is looked at and evaluated and corrected, it only corrects for them. Mm-hmm. But ours corrects for all of us. Mm-hmm. Black Panthers, school lunches. The government took on that plight of giving kids free lunch or free breakfast. And now what? Every disadvantaged or financially strapped kid in America has access to free lunch. Before that, no one had it. Mm. So we've always done stuff to uplift America as a whole. Mm-hmm. You want to look bad on desegregation? Well, desegregation actually helped everyone get access to housing wherever they want it. The Fair Lending Act, the Fair Housing Act, the equal whatever for jobs, whatever, ECOA, whatever, EOA, whatever.
Ebola?
No. Yeah. Equal Employment Opportunity Act or whatever.
Yeah.
That helped everyone. It was something where if your name was Shaniqua or Tyrone, you weren't getting a job. Mm-hmm. So then they say you can't do that. You have to have this posted.
But you still go by Ty, though.
You have to. No, I'm not work. I can't go by Ty at work. I go by Tyrone.
Why?
At work. Because I'm a driver's license. That's me.
Oh,
okay. I go by Ty because I'm tired of old white ladies calling me Jerome.
Jesus.
Or Tyrone. Or spelling my name with no E. That's why I'm... So I just call me Ty. Jerome or Charles. I don't know. Charles. I'm Jerome half the time. So look, just call me Ty. I'm good. Yeah. But that whole thing. But every time we fight for something, it uplifts everyone.
Everybody, yeah.
Everyone.
We are the real All Lives Matter. You're welcome.
Tell me one instance where it didn't uplift everyone.
Yeah.
Like everyone didn't benefit from.
One white person would be like, I didn't get anything from it. I didn't get a check.
Well,
you You should have used your whiteness better.
Right? A
That's your
rising
fault.
tide lifts all boats. Maybe he wasn't on the boat.
Stay out the fields.
You know? But like what we do uplifts everyone. What we fight for uplifts everyone.
Yep. I just had a conversation with someone today from my school, and she's like, "You carry the weight of the world on your shoulders. You want everyone to do right, and even if it's not what they want to do, but that's just not how the world is." And it stresses me the hell out because I really wish people would give a shit overall, and they don't, and it pisses me off. Like people I grew up with, you know. I mean, we've talked about this.
Yeah, but chaos creates change.
Well, don't tell me that, because
so you're
they're trying to get me
to create change.
They're trying to get me to have less chaos because it's stressing me out, and it's not helping. Well, I mean, there are people who are starting to come around or whatever, but I guess for as much as I'm carrying, there's not enough change to match that.
Yeah.
Like if I was carrying that much as I'm carrying now, and I was getting hundreds of messages every week, I'd be like, all right, cool. You know what I mean? Like that's validating. Messages like, hey, dude, you changed my mind. Thank you. I'm turning over my Klan's hat, and I'm turning away from Trump. Or you're right. We're Trumpettes and we're idiots for voting for that racist bastard. Thank you for pointing that out.
But just do the research. That's all we say. Just do the research.
Yeah, no one can because they won't, because that's opposite of what they believe.
But isn't that is that a cop out on us to tell them to do the research?
No.
But when we point it out, then it's like, but then we point it out, it's like, oh, well, you're just being whatever. Like, I hate that term, like people say reverse racism. Yeah, good, reverse racism. That means there's no racism, right? No, that's not reverse racism. Yeah, it does. If you're racist and you reverse it, then that means no racism. But people hate when I argue with that. It's like, no, it means
that's
no
not what
racism.
I mean.
Like,
stop twisting my words. Yeah.
So it's like, if you look at the definition of racism, then you would never say the term reverse racism.
Right.
But
unless you're white.
but my whole thing is like what you said. It was like, where do we get the audacity to want to make the society a better place?
Where do we get the audacity to make society a better place?
Where? Like, I
don't know.
Like, where?
I think because we have, as a people, collectively, have had to struggle so much that it just becomes this like, I'm gonna keep fighting, and then whatever happens, happens. Dasha says, you guys are laughing, but there are Caucasian men who believe that these services put them at a disadvantage. Well, I can't keep someone from believing something that's just not true. And disadvantage means they lose priority or they lose the advantage. That's not a disadvantage. It's just a fair field. So, yeah.
I see what she's saying, though. I see what she's saying. They're talking about... I never mentioned... First of all, I never mentioned affirmative action. And she's talking about affirmative action. I basically left... I purposefully left affirmative action out.
Why?
Because affirmative action didn't help anyone. Affirmative action was a failed mission, a failed plan.
Is it like the Rooney Rule in the NFL?
Yeah, it is.
Okay.
It is. Affirmative action helped no one.
The Rooney Rule in the NFL is before you hire a coach, a head coach for that matter,
you have to interview
at least one minority head coach option. So before you hire the coach you really want from the team that just let him go a week ago, you have to at least interview one minority head coach if that coach that you're trying to hire isn't minority. And the reason why is because there's just so many white coaches and black coaches are getting overlooked, be they coming from college or first-time options or whatever, but they're just not getting the same opportunities, which is funny because there have been so many players who've played in the NFL that are black that don't get opportunities, yet all these white men who just study the game, they would just know more than anyone who's played the game.
Oh, the master.
Yeah.
But the weird part about it is the smartest position in the NFL, quarterback, but none of them become coaches.
No.
None of them. No. Name one.
Hold on.
Name one successful NFL quarterback that became a coach. Successful coach in this league.
I was going to say executive John Elway got a Super Bowl ring, which I'm...
Oh, yeah, executive.
Kudos to that.
Some money.
Hold on. Let me
that he can run.
Gary Kubiak, but was not a superstar quarterback, was John Elway's backup.
That's true.
And then
That's
he
true.
was the one who had the heart attack for the tech. Remember that?
Yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
But you see how long it took me, and I'm the football nut, right? I'm the guy who knows everything there is about football and coaching and players. Doug Williams.
Usually the backup is the one. I wouldn't call
Doug Williams, but he was coaching in college.
Successful though.
Was he? Not just affirmative action. I'm going to find the link. Recent study. Oh, okay.
What?
That's Dasha again. This is
No, I'm talking about Dash. All the instances I brought up, like ECOA, like the Equal Employment Opportunity Act, the free lunch for kids. That brought everybody up because now every poor kid in society, black, white, Latino, it doesn't matter, have access to free lunch. I'm talking about.
Maybe we should just call her so she's caught up with us.
Right? You know? put her on. Put her on. Yeah.
Let's see if I can do this. Invite. Oh, it's not going to work that way, huh?
But if you click invite, it's not going to invite her.
Well, like where we can do. Remember how you and I did it before?
Yeah. She just have to accept the invite. Right? Or she could do it. She could request to join.
D-O.
Yeah, but no, that's like I know what you're saying, like that study, but I'm talking about things we fought to get, not things that were given to us. Affirmative action was given to us. Other programs that white men say, "Oh, we didn't get this," were given given to us. I'm talking about things we fought for, like legitimately fought for.
Hopefully, this has worked now. Dasha, I just sent you an invite to join us. Text her so she can get caught up. Damn it, I'm trying to close this shit. There we go.
Okay.
We can still talk football.
She's gonna hang up real fast. Let me see.
But yeah, you're right with the whole coaching thing. It makes me wonder, like, huh? Oh, I'm so over. Oh wow. Okay, I'm over here. Here we go. Yeah.
No, but that's what I was saying. It's like you have affirmative action hurt everyone because once affirmative action was introduced, what happened? What happened after that? The people that were successful or were qualified for the job didn't get the job. They hired people that weren't qualified for the job just so they can prove a point.
Yeah.
Because you as affirmative action hire, you don't control who hires you. Mm-hmm. They hire the one that's least qualified. They can tell you this isn't working. This system isn't working. So you didn't last in the job.
Yeah. So
none of that made any sense.
And you can't. I mean, you can't regulate people and tell them, like, hey, don't be a racist when you hire people. Okay.
Right?
Because obviously that wasn't working.
Let me see. She posted a link. I don't know what she's talking about.
Actually, Eric, you're like an hour behind. Sorry, buddy. Eric said tuned in at the right time.
Right time? No, I mean, he's talking about the topic, I guess.
Oh, maybe. But yeah,
majority of white Americans believe white people face discrimination.
8:30, buddy. Sorry.
Ooh.
What?
The majority of white people believe they face discrimination. Majority of white Americans believe white people face discrimination. But most said they haven't personally experienced racial discrimination.
They just feel it.
According to a new poll. Yeah.
See, believe. See, but they also believe that Hillary's emails is going to kill us. They believe a lot of things.
Yeah.
So, believe what you want. Affirmative action did work, says Kevin. It was meant to help women in the workplace.
Did it, though?
I don't know. We still have secretaries, but now we call them office managers. And now there are men who can be office managers, because men wouldn't be secretaries before, would they?
Yeah, but the whole, 70 cents on the dollar, like what women make, we're still fighting for that.
That sucks.
Affirmative action came out in the 80s. You know? What good did it do? It didn't do any good. It didn't do any good. It didn't help them.
Nope. You know what's going to help them? Old white men paying them more.
I had this argument
argument
with somebody before that experienced that in the 70s, 80s, and 90s. Older black women, really smart, was like, she accidentally saw somebody's paycheck or salaries of other employees and found out she was making 25% less than all the white males in the office, but doing way more work than they do.
Interesting. And they were going golfing.
Right? And then she brought it up to her bosses, the superiors, and they said, oh, it's just not in the budget to give you more money.
Well,
so they tried to make it up over years by giving her a little more, increases throughout the years.
Wow.
But I'm like, you see how that sounds? It's a system. It's a system that creates that. But all you have to do as a person is change the system.
Because you have the power to do it if you're at the head of it.
Exactly.
You know what? You're right. I should pay you more. And I'm going to start.
But it's like, it was always that. It was always that. And it's like, okay, you are what you're worth. If 15 black women accept the job at 75% on the dollar, then that's how much they're going to pay you. But if all of you hold out and say, I'm worth this and I should get this,
then they're going to hire somebody else.
And hire somebody else to do it. But you have to have your worth. You have to know your worth.
Yeah. A woman's worth.
And if you don't know your worth, then you're not going to get it. That happened to me when I'm underwriting. They always told me that. Oh, well,
to know your worth.
You don't have experience.
Oh.
You got to make less. You got to work your way up. But I had to work twice as hard as everyone else, so I didn't get paid what I was worth until I put my foot down and was like, no, I want to make this. You're funny.
I'm just saying.
But no, I want to make it happen.
Yeah.
Only way we're going to end capitalism, Eric, if we go back to the barter system. Which, with Bitcoin and cryptocurrency coming, we're going back to the barter system.
Socialism.
No, we don't have to go full socialism.
I want to. Except for my PS3. You get your own.
Right? Get your own. No, seriously. We need to go back to barter system. If everybody went back to, what they needed, it would be fine. Sustainability and barter system would be just fine as a society. We'll be just fine. That person over there with $1 billion, have your $1 billion. That's not helping me feed my family.
Yeah.
Your $1 billion worth nothing now.
Literally.
Nothing. Your paper is worth nothing. It's a note. I promise you. Drive your Bentley. Your Bentley can't do anything for me.
Nope.
When that breaks down, you're spending more on parts than I am for my old car. You know what I mean? Like, we as a whole have the power to do that.
Yeah.
And we don't even use it. We don't use the power.
So what do we do next? How do we really, storm Washington?
I think we really need to get together and get rid of the Electoral College first. And then get rid of lifetime pensions for senators and
I agree.
And representatives.
No more lifetime dental and shit like that.
No, you serve one term, you get your salary for life. Pension. They call it pension, but basically you get your salary for life. Democratic socialism.
Oh.
Explain that.
That's what Eric's a part of. Remember me, I'm an authoritarian with a heart of gold. Do what I say because I want you to do it.
I know
it's right.
Yeah. I love these conversations. A democratic socialist.
Yeah.
So is that reverse democratic republic?
I think it's taking enough bits, or maybe the strongest pieces of both. I don't know what really a Democrat is. I know a Republican is. It's a racist who pretends like they're not. But what's a Democrat? Another racist who does another thing are? For the most part? Not Eric. I don't think Eric is a racist at all. That's my guy.
Well, no, but those fake news or those Fox News pundits always bring up the original Ku Klux Klan were Democrats.
Yes, but I almost look at that and just say, that things change ever since then.
It's called Saving Capitalism.
Oh, interesting. Before Eric moved to Vegas, we were supposed to review a couple of movies. Eric. But we did review Color of Fear.
Yeah.
You seen Color of Fear?
Yeah.
Powerful, dude. So powerful. Anyway, Well, I don't know if we have much time for anything else.
I'm a capitalist that don't need money.
You don't need money?
No.
Let me get $1.
How much? How many? My wallet is right there.
17,000.
17,000.
Why are you being selfish? Thought you was Christ-like, my nigga. Nigga, let me hold something till Tuesday.
You gonna hold my whole wallet? I don't know if you're gonna find 17,000 in there though.
I thought you had. You don't need money.
I know.
How you ain't got 17,000?
I don't need money, but my kids can't eat.
Nigga, I don't give a fuck about your kids.
Right?
Just kidding.
Right? That's how it works.
You know I love your kids.
That's how it works.
You know I love your kids.
That's how it works. You know?
Clean up politics. Yeah, we're gonna drain the swamp.
But we can't. But we can do it though. We can.
I know,
we act like we can't do it.
I know. It's. I think someone said it had to get worse in order for us to really realize, like, dude, this is fucked and this is bad, and now it's time to really reverse this. And this might be that thing that makes it like so bad. Matter of fact, this girl I was dating last year, she said that, and she's a black girl from East Coast but lives out in LA. But she said, yeah, it has to get really bad in order for us to really see, like, this really needs to change. And this might be it. Because I know there's people jumping off that Trump train. It's not as many as I would like to see.
Yeah.
Openly. It's usually more people actually involved in Congress than it is personal. I know there are personally people who, because they get interviewed. But you can't really tell. I mean, you don't know who that person was. You know what I mean? They could just be... whatever, paid actor, who knows? But
did you? I remember we talked about this. Like I think like almost a month ago, when I was saying the problem is that the racist laws we have, all the racist laws we have, that all the slave laws we have, the fact that we do have laws that actually discriminate against people, that they need to go away. You know,
yes,
like those laws need to go away, and that there are racists in our Congress and, you know, big government that make decisions, and they need to get ousted out
because
and
they're
then called out.
Who are going to continue?
And we had this conversation.
Legislation.
And today on Facebook, I was reading Anon. They just exposed 4 card-carrying member Ku Klux Klan KKK members today. We just talked about this, and I said,
that's right. Anonymous did this last year, didn't they?
Yeah, they did it last year, and then they came out and they said, no, we're not. No, we're not. And they're still posting on Facebook, you know, either the 12 letters or whatever, or 12 words, or 14 words, or whatever, you know. The whole
yes, the skinhead thing.
Yeah. So they're doing that, you know. Oops. And I don't know if the N-word really has anything to help us. I don't know. Words do matter, but I don't think the N-word...
Ban the N-word, yeah. I don't think the N-word's really keeping anyone from anything.
But I believe that, as a whole... N-word activity is rampant.
I saw this video today, and this dude replied with, "How come you guys don't ban yourselves?" Or no, "How come you guys don't protest yourselves?" And I was like, "What? Stupid ass." It was a video of a fight between 2 fraternities.
Yeah.
2 black fraternities. It looks like Q's and somebody else. Somebody was in purple, somebody was in yellow. So I assume the Q's are the ones in purple.
Yeah.
Somebody was in yellow, and there was probably maybe 10 people involved. It just looked, at least from what I could see, like the 3 videos, it was like 10 people maybe, right?
Yeah.
And then it was just really loud. But this guy said, "Why don't you guys start protesting yourselves?" Are you kidding? Like, it's a fucking fighting college. Fraternities, that's what they do. They fight. Yeah. They drink and they fight. This guy just wanted to chime in and be like, "Oh, you guys are causing damage to yourself." See, he doesn't understand what the protest is about. The protest is protesting injustice within policing, not fights.
It's just hard that we have to keep reiterating that. I'm not gonna stop though.
Yeah,
we're gonna keep reiterating that. We're not fighting. We're protesting, and we're raising awareness the fact that people are getting unjustly murdered and their killers are going free, and that's creating an epidemic.
And they're getting paid for it.
That it's okay to kill people in cold blood.
Yeah.
To take justice into your own hands. And that'll never be okay. It'll never be okay. Yeah.
Hard to deal with in America, but this is where we are. And I'm, as much as I get overwhelmed and I just want to jump off, you know, I'm in school and I got a lot of shit going on personally too. I'll tell you about once we close this shit up, but I can't see myself giving up this fight because I know that there are people out there who need to either be informed or to be encouraged, or future generations who are, you never know who's gonna watch these videos that I put on YouTube afterwards. You never know who's gonna watch these in 2, 3, 4, 10, 20 years. And be like, man, this guy was on point. This guy, and they'll be like knocking on my door, like, hey, are you this guy? This guy was on point, whatever. But yeah, I don't ever want to give up this fight until I feel like it's where it can be, or it's where it should be, and there's enough strong leaders. You know what I mean? Like to really like take the helm. I guess is that the word I'm looking for? Take the helm, take the lead.
Take the helm, lead the baton, but all in all, I think our fight has to be more grassroots. Mm-hmm. We can't let them see them coming. We can't let them see us.
Maybe I can't let go because I got to be grassroots.
It has to be guerrilla warfare, grassroots. We can't let them see us coming.
Yeah. It's just so funny because all we're talking about is just equal treatment. We're not talking about taking over the government as far as like killing everybody or anything like that. Like, no, we just want to be treated equally and stop having people kill us in the streets and pretend like, that we were some major threat. No, it's not a major threat.
There is no compromise. Like, we're not saying, now white people have to be minorities, and we have to be majority. It's like, is there not enough room for everybody to just coexist, right. and not have to walk in fear and be, and be in fear, Mm-hmm. But no, I don't know if you saw that. Someone sent me a link on in my messenger that said that this is going to be a real one. Like, people are really going to not either get with it or don't get with it. But they said the reason why there's such a disparity in like savings and and longevity and between black and white males is because black men think with their dicks and white men think with their wallets.
That's so stupid. That's so stupid. And it's like, but see, that goes to that Huffington Post article. White people believe this, but yet they don't see it. Like, how do you know? How do you know that we think with our dicks? How would you as a white person tell me I think with my dick? Is it because of all the kids I have? Because those aren't my real kids. Those are other people's kids. Is it the fact that I'm in grad school? I'm about to graduate. You coming to my party?
Of course.
Damn right. We're gonna do a podcast live.
Of course.
We're gonna do the Mastros after.
Oh, I have to be there.
We're getting drunk, dog.
Mastros?
Not everyone's invited. Oh, Kevin can come. Eric can come. Eric's gonna be in town. That's my boy. Oh, is that the white girl with the sounds?
No.
Oh, okay. Anyway, but yeah, man, my party is
probably
gonna be
here. She's probably buffing some
too short.
Ludacris or some Redman or something right now. Her windows open too.
Ain't nothing wrong with it, dude. I am not mad.
Speaking of that, I can't wait for that Muddy Waters too tonight.
Oh, is it coming? Is it coming soon?
No, just pushed it back to February.
Uh-oh. Well, anyway, so I think the show's over. I appreciate everybody for tuning in. Thank you, Tyrone, for being here. Are you going to be here next week, too?
Let's do it.
Good, because I got a show next week with Ashley on Tuesday.
Unless I get lost in Houston. It's a parade tomorrow.
Is that why you're going?
No, that's not.
Oh, I was like, you're a Cubs fan.
Just so happens I'll be there.
Okay.
Just so happens I'll be right in the thick of it. And when I say right in the thick of it, I mean right in the thick of it.
Well, I hope you enjoy yourself. You stay out of trouble. You stay out of the bars. If you feel like you're tempted, give me a holler. I'll be available after 3 o'clock.
I've never been to a meeting, but it sounds very AA-ish to me.
Nothing wrong with accountability.
Nothing wrong with accountability.
Jesus had 12 accountability partners, and one of them was a killer. So maybe our lucky number's 11. I don't know. Like Stranger Things. You watch Stranger Things?
I have not.
Oh
yet.
my God! Eric, tell him about Stranger Things.
No, I've seen Stranger Things 1. I haven't watched 2 yet.
Man, you need to hurry up, dog, so we can talk about it. Yo, Demogorgon.
No, I literally want to sit down and have watch the whole thing straight. I don't want to watch it chopped.
I'm ready.
I don't want to watch it.
That? Oh, yeah, I'm busy. I'm not. My schedule is not that free. You let me know when you want to get to like episode 5 or 6. I'll come by.
I'm the type of dude to stay up all night and watch it from like Saturday at like 7 o'clock p.m. till Sunday at like 10 p.m. Like, I'll watch every single episode. I just watch it. Like,
it's only 9, so...
No. I'm the type of guy that'll watch it on my TV, whatever. And I gotta go to the bathroom. I'll just switch it back to my phone and go to the bathroom.
Oh, wow.
And I'll cook. And then I'll go to the store. And I'll go to Walmart, put my headphones on. I'll be walking around in Walmart with it. You know, go get gas, pump gas, you know. Pick my boys up from school, in the car. You know, like, you can't get me away from it, you know. Tyrone, can you go pick up some tampons? Okay, I'll be back. Like, you're not going to get me away from that.
Got that down and running. That's funny. But yeah, season 2 is very good. I mean, it's all the rage.
And I'll be reacting to it and everything in the store.
Ooh, get him 11.
Right. Right.
Don't go in there.
That's me. Like, who are you talking to? Oh, I'll do one of these. Got my headphones on. I'm like, no.
These Demogorgons are chilling.
Yeah, right. Peep this?
Yeah, man. That show's amazing.
I think I had this little kid watching over my shoulder one time. I was in the store, and I was watching Dark Matter.
Uh-huh.
And they were looking on my shoulder like, what show's that? And I was like, watching my show?
Porn.
Right.
Just kidding. Porn's bad. It's bad for you.
Shut it.
I don't know what I was referring to, but there's a delay, so it's like...
I know. I'm
you never know what it's... Maybe he didn't want to hear about the show.
About AA?
Oh, maybe. No, I don't think so. That's a job. Nothing is that entertaining. I don't know. I hate that, because I'm like, what the hell are they talking about? Why do we have these comments on anyway?
She's talking about that's the job, watching the whole show for like 12 hours straight. And yes, it is.
It would be, I guess, huh?
Yes, it is that entertaining.
All right.
You never watched the show all the way through, Dash? I know you have.
I did. It took me 3 days because I kept falling asleep.
I did that for the first season of This Is Us. Because I didn't watch it live with everybody else.
I'm going to have to do that, too. I'm behind.
I watched the whole thing straight
How many seasons have there been so far?
There's only 2, I think.
Okay.
Right?
I'm behind.
I don't know.
I got to get caught up on Madam Secretary. I'm like 3 episodes behind. I'm watching the Law & Order Menendez story. I'm watching regular Law & Order SVU. I'm watching Family Guy, The Mick, SmackDown, which is wrestling.
Okay.
And I think that's it. I'm taking a knee from the NFL, so...
I'm not watching anything right now.
Maybe I'll get caught up this weekend. No, I got a paper to do Tuesday.
I'm not watching anything right now. Dang, nothing.
Madam Secretary's the shit, but you're 5 seasons behind, so don't even worry about it.
No, I'm literally like not watching anything on TV. Nothing.
Wow.
All I watch, I'm not gonna lie, all I watch is Everyday Struggle and your podcast.
I watch my podcast.
Like scheduling to watch something. That's all I watch. Everyday Struggle, Joe Budden, and this podcast.
Appreciate that, brother.
That's all I watch.
Appreciate that, brother.
Yes, obsessive watching is what I do, but not anymore. But Everyday Struggle is an obsession of mine.
I don't really like Joe Budden that much. He just seemed like a real cocky dude, and I'm not trying to hear it anymore.
Really?
Yeah,
You the one got me on Slaughterhouse.
Slaughterhouse!
I remember when Slaughterhouse first formed, you were like, you have to listen to... They're like the 4 dopest rappers together, and I was like, yeah, I'll pass.
I wasn't kidding, was I?
And then I listened to the first album, and I was like, oh my God.
What's the name of that song? Oh my God, now I can't remember the name. What's the name of the song? It's like the last song on the Slaughterhouse first album.
Dosh, you got me on This Is Us. That one post about crying and tears. And I was like, if Dosh is crying on the show, I have to watch it.
Dasha cries at TV shows?
If Dosh tears up on the show, I'm going to watch this right away. But I can't take food advice from Dosh, but I can take TV show advice.
Why can't you take food advice from Dasha?
She knows why I can't take food advice from her.
I don't want to know that.
Because she said if she ever babysit or watched my boys, she was going to feed them McDonald's. So
what?
She's banned.
Why would she do that?
She said it like 5 years ago, but I still hold a grudge.
That's your sister.
So?
You should work on that.
She was like, how can you keep the kids away from Happy Meals? I was like, no.
That's fattening meals. That's what it is.
I was like, no.
Look at me. It's not exactly the best thing to do to kids.
So I was like, no.
It's not exactly.
You're banned.
Where's the name of the damn... I can't remember the name of the song. I think it's called... No, it's not Sound Off.
But you have to hear Royce the 5'9's new album with Primo called Prime.
Oh, that was a couple years ago.
No, they're doing 2. Prime 2.
Oh, okay. Why can't I find the song? I don't know the name of the...
I don't know any name.
Oh my God. There's a song Eminem did with Slaughterhouse, and I cannot remember the name of the song. And it's an amazing song. It goes...
Okay, I guess Dash you cry on most shows. I think This Is Us is the only show that ever made me cry.
I've heard it's really good. I haven't seen it yet, though.
Like, I literally, legit had that box of tissue right there.
Wow.
That box right there. Why do you think it's right there? Because I was sitting right here watching This Is Us.
It was that serious, huh? I mean, I'm not laughing at you. It just...
I had a box of tissue, like, really, people? Really?
I can't find it. This is pissing me off.
That and Antoine Fisher, that made me cry.
Oh, I've never seen that one. I feel like I should watch it. Should I watch it?
I don't know. If you like tears. I cried at Antoine Fisher because it's basically my life.
Now I know.
What?
It wasn't a Slaughterhouse album. The song was Royce the 5'9", Eminem, and Slaughterhouse.
On Eminem's album?
It was...
Or Royce's album?
It was the Eminem and Royce album. Bad Meets Evil.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Bad and Evil is back. See, watch. Singles. Don't stop. Slaughterhouse. Oh, no.
Yes, Dash, you are right. But
Just
then,
appearances.
I told you what we do. We drive to McDonald's and say, can we have the happy and not the meal? So now they have me on this thing after school. We drive to like Del Taco or Sonic, and we drive through and ask, can we get the toys?
Okay, I found the song now. Now we can play it and we can leave and
All right,
close the show out. Now that I finally know
On
what
that
the
note?
noise is. Oh, God. Killing me. Anyway, this song's called Loud Noises by Bad Meets Evil featuring Slaughterhouse. Good night, everybody.